Hey guys, it's Brandon. Gonna have a 5-minute game today here on the not a 5-minute game. This is a 15-minute game here on the ICC, and I'm playing Heian, 1773 rated from America. My standard rating here is a lot higher, so I guess I'm the big favorite here. So what do we have? We have a French defense. This is an advanced variation of the French defense. I'm going to play Queen B6 and then Bishop D7. This is the Jacobian system of the French defense, and this is the idea of the Jacobian system. Is I'm spending some time here and not developing, but the position is closed, and I get to exchange off this light square bishop. So hopefully here I can get a little bit of play using my pieces on the D4 pawn. Okay, this is, excuse me, the E5 pawn. This is, can't I just take the E5 pawn now? I feel like I can just take the E5 pawn here, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see, because when I'm attacking the queen by taking the E5 pawn. So let me just think here. Is there any? So knight takes D5. Knight takes D5. Bishop to F4, pinning the knight. Then I just take his queen. So that's fine. And then knight takes, queen takes. Should be okay, I think. I don't see a problem with it. Let's see. Let me think. I mean, he does have an advantage in development, so there's that. I guess he could play Bishop D4, and then he could. If I take knight takes, queen takes, Bishop D4, attacking the queen and attacking the G7 pawn, and that looks a little annoying. So maybe it's not such a good idea to take the pawn. I'll just play A6 and try to slow down the B5 push if I can. So knight to A3. Maybe I can actually take that pawn. Yeah, I'll just play it. I'll just play this move, attacking it with my guitar out today. Such a nice layout. And I just felt like playing the guitar, so yeah. But if he takes the pawn, then I just get a development tempo with my knight, right? I mean, it's usually in this type of position, I would have the bishop to guard this bad pawn, so that could be an issue for me in the future. Here I'm just going to play knight e5, I think. And trade this piece off. And yeah, bishop d4. This would have been annoying earlier. Now I think it's okay. I think I can even offer a queen trade here. That's probably good. That's probably fine for me. Just to get rid of this weakness on e6, if possible. He probably shouldn't take the queen trade. But I think, you know, it leaves the d5 pawn a little weak, but so we'll see what he decides to do here. Okay, so he doesn't want to give up the queen. Not a bad idea. The e6 pawn is a weakness, but maybe he can play rook e1 now. Oh, he decides to take here first. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna take with the rook just because I'm putting pressure immediately on the a pawn. So that could be a weakness for him. Maybe I could play knight h5 and then into f4. That could be an idea. And also try to... I'm going to try to play... yeah, I'm going to try to put this knight in on f4, if possible. This move I didn't really think about, but I think I can just play queen f7, just maintaining protection of the knight, and then trying to get it onto f4, if at all possible. So maybe I'm distracting myself by playing the guitar a little bit while this is going, but whatever. Maybe you guys will enjoy it a little bit. So yeah, this is an interesting position. I have pressure on the a4 pawn and on the f file, obviously. The bishop on d4 is a really nice piece for him, so maybe I should try to trade that off at some point with like bishop f6 or something. My knight coming into f4 could be a problem for him, so yeah, he just decides to stop my knight from coming into f4 altogether. But I think I'll just trade this bishop off, if at all possible. I mean, I think this works fine. And once I get this bishop traded, then I can maybe swing my knight around to e4. If not, then I've just sort of eliminated his best piece, and I can swing maybe this rook to a8, put pressure on the a pawn. So, you know, we'll see what happens here. Alright. So I'll just trade this bishop off and bring my knight back to f6. I don't mind some trades. It's just going to be a matter of who's going to pick on the weaknesses here better. Yeah. That is a good square for his knight. And I do have to move the queen, but... So my only weakness... Well, I guess I have two weaknesses. e6 and b7. He has a6, a4, and d4 as sort of weaknesses in his position. So I'm not sure I've done a really good job playing this position. Yeah, I think he's just doing a pretty good job attacking my weaknesses. But okay, I'll put my knight in on e4. I'm threatening to play knight to c3, forking the rook and the queen. So he has to do something about that threat. I'm also threatening on f2. So I'm not sure if he can actually guard against both threats. Okay, so he decides to just move his rook back. But maybe I can play queen d4 now. And I'm just attacking the a pawn, getting my queen in on the dark squares, also attacking the d pawn. So yeah, it's just, you know, getting a little bit of play against the d pawn, against the a pawn. So queen back to defend both pawns. But then maybe I can swing my rook over to a8, or even maybe this is easy. Knight to d2, just attacking the queen and the pawn. So yeah, he tries to pin it, but I can actually take on d4 here, because if queen takes queen, then knight check picks up the pawn. So knight to e2 check takes the queen. So I can actually afford to do that. Now this knight is hanging on yeah.
Check.
So I'm actually up a pawn here, which is nice. And suddenly this position is very nice for me. I guess he wants to play knight to c5. So I'm going to play rook f7, chase this knight away, and also simultaneously defend the pawn there. Yeah. So now I think I'll play this move, just to get on the open file. And maybe I can even go on to the 7th rank now. I mean, well, the 2nd rank. like rook c2? Can I just play rook c2? Why not? I'm putting pressure on the f pawn. Rook on the 7th. That's usually a good thing. He's just moving around randomly. I mean, I don't have a problem with. I'm just up a pawn here, and that's a good square for the knight. But he's not really. I don't think he's really accomplishing much here. What? This is just
check.
See, this is what happens when you don't think about your moves before you play them. You just get into these positions, and now the game is almost completely over here. Yeah, okay, he resigned. So, what's he gonna do? Okay, this was a sort of a short game, so I guess we can play another one. I'll play e4. Why not? This person is a lot lower rated than me, so I'll just play e4, and we'll see what we get. So right now we've got a Roy Lopez. Okay, this is not the typical move order, so let's see what happens. Okay, so maybe we're going to transpose into a closed Roy Lopez here. Okay, so we've moved into the closed Roy Lopez. If I play c3 here, he can play d5, the Marshall Gambit. And I think I'll allow that, yeah. So he went in for the Marshall Gambit. Yeah, whatever. We'll have an exciting game here. I'll just play it. Why not, right? That's not the most common move. I think the most common move is to play c6 there, because the knight was hanging. So I'm not exactly sure if that makes a difference or not. And next he's gonna play bishop to d6 with a tempo on my rook. So he sacrificed a pawn. This is how the Marshall Gambit goes. You sacrifice a pawn, and your opponent, black gets some sort of attack against the king. So with the knight coming into g4 here, I have to watch out for my f7 square. So let's see how best to deal with the attack on f7 or h7. I guess I'll just play h6. You can check, but not sure. Bishop to g2 check. h2 check doesn't do anything because then the knight just has to move and then I take the bishop, so that doesn't really do anything. I don't think this was really the correct way to play this this gambit, but okay, so he's way ahead in development, and that's an advantage. It's not like black never has any compensation for this play, but I don't think he has played this correctly. At least I don't really know the theory, so maybe this is some kind of way to play this opening. But my understanding was after I take the back here, after I took the that he was supposed to play. Excuse me. This is interesting. Queen h4. So I can't take the knight because he takes my, he checkmates me. Or maybe I could have just taken the knight because of king f2, but whatever. I'm just going to play my queen out, and,
check.
What? I'm just going to move my king over here. I don't think there's, I think that was a bit of a wasted check, personally, but the knight is still hanging now. I'm pretty sure I can take the knight. Can't I take the knight? Bishop takes g4? Yeah, bishop takes g4. I don't know. Maybe I'll just develop. Try to slow his attack down here. I don't have to take the knight. I'm up a pawn. I'm getting my pieces out. I don't have to give him any more play than is really required in this position. So why not just? And now I think I'm threatening to take and then take the knight. Okay. So he wants to maintain the bishop. That's understandable. But now I can actually I can actually take advantage of his weak back rank here and just play queen takes f7.
Check.
because now if he takes with the rook, I just follow up with this checkmate on the back rank. So that's kind of nice. I just noticed that. That was an interesting game. I don't think you're supposed to play the Marshall Gambit this way. No, you played 2 games already. I think you're supposed to here. I think the theory move is to play c6 just to keep this knight on this square where it's got possibilities to come into the game later on, and I think it goes something like this, and queen h4 maybe g3. I think this is all the Marshall Gambit theory here, and then this bishop comes into here, and black definitely gets a strong attack for the pawn, but yeah, the way he played it, I don't think this was the best.
Check.
And
Check.
Yeah, I mean just falling in. He just missed this queen takes f7 check. The idea is if the king moves,
checkmate.
That's checkmate, and if he takes here,
checkmate.
That's checkmate because of the pin along the thing. See, the back rank is weak now. So, all right, 2 quickish 15-minute games. Hope you guys enjoyed those and enjoyed a little bit of my guitar playing. And we'll see you next time.